welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle. I'm a Ray, and if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Michelle. So today's video, I'll be doing a chit chat, get ready with me, and I'll basically be talking about the law school admissions process, the stress and the anxiety is produced for me, navigating the wait list I'm currently on, and just some tips and tricks on how to better manage anxiety and the stress that comes along with this process. Now, before I do get into this video, I do want to go ahead and say thank you to Dossier for sponsoring today's video. They sent me a new perfume, and I'm super excited to try this one. In case you don't know, Dossier is a brand that replicates high-end luxury perfumes, but at a fraction of the cost. So they only cost about $29 for their perfumes, and they have a risk-free system that allows you to try their perfumes and test them out. And if you don't, you can go ahead and return them free of charge, no issues. So every package, when you open it up, goes ahead and comes with like your card that tells you all the information and details about the scent you chose. And then it comes with a small little bottle, which is like a little tester where you can go ahead and try out the scent. And if you don't like it, you can go ahead and return it within 30 days for a free refund, no questions asked. So today's scent is Fruity Magnolia, and this one is inspired by Versace Bright Crystal, which is actually one of my favorites. It was actually one of the first perfumes I ever started wearing, and I fell in love with it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and test this out and see how it compares to Bright Crystal. That actually smells really pretty, like super pretty. And it reminds me of the notes that caused me to fall in love with Bright Crystal. And it smells very similar to Versace Bright Crystal. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on me. One thing I do love about this brand is that it makes these top perfumes and scents very affordable for people who might not be able to afford them. Bright Crystal, I think, is about $100 if you get the full bottle or something. And some of these designer perfumes can go up even to like the 500s. So being able to get replicas of them for way cheaper is amazing. And one thing I really do love about this brand is just how minimalist the packaging is and like the bottle is itself. It's really pretty, and I can't wait to add it to my collection. So yeah, I'll go ahead and leave a discount code for you guys down below in the description box. Go ahead and check out their website. They have perfumes for men and women, so men, don't think you're excluded from this. And they do offer discounts up to 25% for bulk orders and free shipping for 3 or more perfumes. So definitely take advantage of that and grab you guys some new perfumes. All right, diving right into this chit chat, get ready with me. This is Bearface Shell. So I am kind of breaking out a little bit, but we'll be straight. All right, so I wanted to come on here and just kind of talk about like the anxiety that comes with like the law school admissions process. I've literally been in this journey for about 2.5 to 3 years because, mind you, I thought I wanted to go to law school as soon as I graduated undergrad, and I graduated undergrad in like August of 2019. So I've been preparing before then for the LSAT. So I've been on this train for a good minute. And I think now that I'm like nearing the end, I only have one more school to hear back from, which is likely a wait list, I hope. I don't know. But I think now that I'm like near the end of it, my anxiety has been amplifying like crazy, because it's like at this point, I've heard back from most of my schools. I've deposited at one school, and I've sent in a letter of continued interest to my dream school that I was waitlisted at. And so now it's like I've done everything I possibly can do. Like, it's literally not even in my ability to do anything at this point. And I think being in this state is even more stress-inducing than all the other stages of this process, because I have no control over anything at this point. It's up to admissions committees and to God to figure out what my fate is going to be for the next 3 years. And literally for the past about 3 days, I submitted my letter of continued interest like I think 2 days ago. I've been completely out of it. Like, I haven't been able to get out of bed. I've just been Netflix binging this one show called like 1,000 Pound Sisters. Like, it's just been really bad. My mood has been off. My fiance told me about it last night, you know, and I guess I didn't really realize how bad it was, but I've been extremely demotivated. I haven't been willing to like do anything. And it's really as a result of like this stress and not knowing where I'm literally going for the next 3 years, even though I'm deposited. But last night when my fiance and I were talking about it, he was like, you need to get off these apps. You need to get off of Reddit. I even joined some like Discord chats of people on different wait lists. And then also I applied for the SEO program. I don't know if you guys remember in one of my previous videos, but I said I wasn't going to apply to it because of the Miss Black America pageant. But unfortunately, that pageant is being postponed into the fall due to COVID. So I'm so glad. I literally submitted my application for SEO literally like a day or like the day of the deadline. Like it was that crazy. And then I got an invite to interview, I think like 2 or 3 days after that. So that was a pretty quick turnaround. And I already did my interview and everything, submitted my verification of enrollments and all of that jazz. So now I'm just again in this waiting period trying to figure out, all right, did I get it? What am I going to be doing for the summer? Trying to figure out my life, figure plans out. And you know, it's kind of frustrating because I don't think people really understand, at least in my personal life, like how I'm feeling right now. I mean, I think sometimes like I feel bad about complaining because it's like, bro, you're already deposited at a great school. You got a great scholarship from them too. Like, if you get this dream school, great, congratulations, but like you should be happy and everything. And honestly and truly I am, but like when I tell you this school is my dream school, it's been my dream school for like ever since I was like 13 or something, like something crazy. So it's so much weighing on me, and literally like the deposit deadline is about May 1st, so they said we should start hearing back around then. And as the days get closer, I'm just like so stressed. And speaking to like current students, because for my letter of continued interest, I took the initiative to talk to different students who currently go there and stuff to get more information and get advice on navigating the school's wait list and stuff. And literally everybody that I've spoken to, it's just been like, this is the school for me. And I even went to this one lady who graduated from the school, and she was the person who looked over my personal statement for me. And when I told her I was waitlisted and asked her if she can look over my letter of continued interest for payment, obviously, I asked her because she has a company, she literally was like, I want to see more Black people at my alma mater. I'll do it for free. You know, all this stuff has just confirmed to me, like, this is literally the school for me, the kind of people I want to be around and everything. Like, it's not just the name, it's not just the prestige that the school carries, but literally the kind of people that go there and the kind of spirit that's within that community. Like, I just know it's for me. So being in this state of limbo sucks. So I had to do my eyebrows on my own because I can't do this while talking. But anyway, so yeah, being in this state of limbo really sucks. But after talking to my fiance, like, I literally can't do this until I hear back. And like for my dream school, I am willing to stay on that wait list until August. Like literally, they could call me the first day of school and be like, look, we have a seat for you, and I will dip. And that's really stressful too, because it's like, I'm recently engaged, the school is out of state, so I don't know, with the pandemic, like, our school's going remote, like, it's just so stressful. Like, I literally don't know what's gonna happen. And I know I hate long distance. It's just not something I really want to do. And so it's just really stressful. And then on top of that, the school I'm writing out the wait list for, they give you less than, like, I think it's like 24 to 48 hours to get back to them and let them know if you're gonna take the seat once offered. So that's like no time to be able to figure out what I'm gonna do. But honestly and truly, I already said in my letter for continued interest, if they offer me that seat, I will accept without hesitation, literally. So that's not really an issue for me. But, you know, it's just still a big decision to make in such little time. But that's why it's like I have to make it now before I even, like, tell them that, you know, I would be willing to write their wait list. So Yeah. And you know, if anything that I'm learning throughout this season is just the importance of like literally leaning into my support system, leaning into my faith, and maintaining a positive outlook. Like, I love this song called You Will Win by Geraldine Carr or something like that. And literally in the lyrics, like the ad libs of it, she says, you can't be walking around acting defeated when you're trying to win. Like, you have to embrace the mentality, embrace the spirit of a winner. And so I'm really replaying that song all day, trying to remind myself of the importance of doing that, because it is literally unhealthy for me to maintain this state of despair and feeling like I'm already rejected for the next 3 months of my life. Like, no, life is meant to be lived and to be lived in the fullest. So I really can't allow myself to succumb to that kind of worry and anxiety. I just don't feel like that's of God. Like, that is just so horrible. It's so bad for my health. And the thing about being on waitlist is that it's like hard to try and like balance being excited about the school you're deposited at and then also being hopeful about the school you want to go to. And it's especially like hard for me because I tend to be the kind of person where it's like, if I want something, that's what I want. Like, I don't do that whole plan B, plan C, plan D if this doesn't work. Like, my mentality is like, this is what I want, that's it. And so, you know, for this soul situation, like, I still have to utilize wisdom. So that's why I'm deposited somewhere, because I'm going to law school this upcoming fall. And honestly, the waiting that comes with the law school admissions process is so like stress inducing. And I feel like this community should do a much better job at like providing people with resources and teaching us about healthy mechanisms to really deal with this level of stress. Because honestly and truly, like, it doesn't just end by the day that we get to know what school we're going to and stuff. Like, this continues throughout our careers, you know, when you're waiting to hear back from finals in law school, and then when you're waiting to hear back from bar, or waiting to hear back from summer jobs or your actual job. Like, this period of waiting and the angst and everything is going to continue. And that's why I'm trying to really learn right now and like utilize this law school admissions process to develop some really healthy coping mechanisms for these feelings, because I can't continue living like this and I can't allow myself to be susceptible to these feelings for the rest of my life. And from speaking from like students at my dream school, like, I asked them about these feelings and how do people deal with like competitiveness and stuff like that. And you know, from what I was hearing from them was that at that school, literally, if you choose to put stress on yourself, that's self-induced. Like, you're doing that on your own. Like, it's really no need for you to really do that, because everybody there is brilliant. Everybody there is more than capable. So if you choose to, like, you basically choose to put yourself in the amount of stress you want to put yourself in. And on top of that, in terms of people you hang around with, you know, that's your choice. If you choose to be around people who stress 24/7, people who are super worried all the time and, oh, what did you get on this, or how, you know, stuff like that, you're doing that to yourself. So create the proper boundaries so that you limit and you protect yourself from that kind of energy. And that's definitely advice I'm going to take into law school, because God forbid I go there and I stress out for 3 years. I will be bald again. And on the topic of like schools and hearing back from schools, there is one school, literally, what day is it? April 22nd. And I applied to them in November. Tell me why to this day I have not received a decision from them. And at this point, it's actually really disgusting. And I think it's extremely insensitive to people, because it's like, man, what if that was like my first choice school and like where I wanted to go? And I'm going through all these months not knowing anything, having to make decisions without that outcome. Like, it's just really upsetting that schools have that kind of leverage and power to do stuff like that. And at this point, I just want to know the results so I can film my final law school decisions video for y'all and let y'all know everything. And at one point in this process, I could see myself going to that school. But after this whole episode and how they're kind of treating applicants, that's nothing I would ever want to be a part of. So I might be shooting myself in the foot by saying this. Hopefully they don't know who I am. That's honestly and truly how I feel. I think it's really sick and really ridiculous. Like, I'm really just at a place where like, I just want to know where I'm going. So if I need to start looking for an apartment, like I'm literally not even going to start looking for an apartment at my deposited school because I'm fearful that I'll sign a lease and then, oh, bye, I gotta go, you know? And so I think what I'm going to do because of the situation I'm in is if like, let's say God forbid, but August comes and I haven't heard back from my dream school and I'm still on their wait list and they haven't booted me off, I'm gonna go ahead and like rent like an Airbnb for like the first week of school or something and then just figure it out from there. And that way I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm already locked into a lease and everything. So that's just how I'm gonna handle that situation. But yeah, some things that I'm starting to do now, like I said before, I'm getting off those apps. Like, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be on Reddit ever again, but I'm giving myself at least like a week detox or something to just take some time off and just, you know, think about other things like, you know, go outside and smell the roses, be in sunlight and not sit there stressing and panicking over things that I have no control of. I've also been working out a bit more, actually more than I've ever worked out in my life. And literally I've just been to the gym like 4 times within like a week. And I'm saying that's more than I've done in my life. So, you know, I don't be working out at all. But I am trying to lose some weight before school starts and like get myself in like a healthy mind frame and form healthy habits, because I know once law school starts, I don't want to like neglect my self-care and neglect myself. Throughout this quarantine, I have gained some weight and it definitely hasn't made me feel the most confident that I've ever been. And so my goal is to get back down to like the 120s like I was before, because this is just not, it's not it for me. I don't feel like my healthiest. I don't feel good. And I'm also trying to learn how to make more like healthy meals and things of that nature, because I don't want like my diet to go to trash just because I'm in school. Like I still want to be able to take care of myself and make sure that I'm not gaining crazy weight while I'm in law school. And overall, I'm really just trying to maintain a healthy outlook on everything. Like honestly and truly, like I'm going to end up exactly where I'm supposed to be, and it's all going to work out. Like it really is, because like the school that I'm deposited at, if I graduate from there, it's still an amazing school. I can still definitely achieve the things I want to achieve with the degree from that school. And then I'll be leaving with less debt than if I go to my dream school. So, you know, everything is going to work out the way it's meant to work out. And if I go to my dream school, whew, child, y'all will not hear the end of that. So, you know, I'm just trying to be very positive, very optimistic. Same thing with SEO. It's an amazing opportunity. I would love it. But shoot, if I don't get it, girl, at least I got 2-3 months to do nothing. Not that I would do nothing, but to travel, do the things I want to do, and not have to, you know, be in a legal program and stuff. And if I do get it, amazing. That opens up so many doors. I learned so many different things. So that's really the kind of mindset I'm really trying to maintain and keep up with, because this life of stressing, it ain't it. So tell me, I'd like to hear from you guys. Where are you in the law school admissions process? And it's crazy because people are actually starting their journeys now. Like on Reddit, I'm like seeing more posts about, hey, chance me for this. These are my scores. These are my stats. How do you think I'll do in the admission cycle and stuff? So it's crazy that very soon, like I'm going to be in a position where I can give like advice and give assistance from the perspective of someone who's already been through this journey. And that's crazy because I've been on Reddit for like 2 years because I followed all of last year's admission cycle, and now I get to be these people writing my different posts and helping people with their advice and their questions. So that's a blessing on its own. But yeah, I'm just really ready for this to be completely over. And also seeing people announce like where they're going to school and having already decided all of that, like I'm so happy for them, don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, I want to be y'all. Like, I want to know where I'm going. I want to start talking about roommates, seeing who, I don't want roommates, but, you know, like, I want to be able to have substantive plans and be planning about certain things, but I can't do that because I don't even know what freaking region of the United States I'm going to be in for the next 3 years. So, if y'all are in that position, it must be nice. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try and do much better at just, you know, having control over the things I have control in and just focusing on that and not allowing my mind to just spiral out of control. Because literally it gets bad sometimes to the point where like I sleep. I get my full 8 hours, okay? I get my full 8 hours. But I know it's a problem when like I'm waking up at maybe like the 7th hour because I'm having dreams about my dream school or dreams about the law school admission cycle, and it wakes me up really early, and then the first thing I do is open up Reddit. And why am I looking at posts 3 years prior about people who've been on the wait list at my dream school trying to get understanding and get insight from their cycles? Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, when it's starting to impact my sleep and my ability to just be stress-free, I know it's a problem. So that's really why I'm doing my best to really change my outlook on everything and just be a lot more optimistic and not given to stress anymore. And in terms of summer plans, I did ask the students that I've spoken to what they suggest doing in the summer before I start law school. All of them literally said, you know, these little courses that people do and stuff like that. I don't really know how effective and how helpful they are. But one thing that is going to help you a lot is getting some much needed rest. Like just relaxing, doing the things you love, because literally for the next 3 years of your life, law school is going to consume it. So I'm really taking that advice to heart because I don't like stress too. I don't like stress whatsoever. So I am going to be relaxing after I'm done with the SEO program by God's grace. If I get it, I'm just going to be chilling, traveling, and just doing all the things that I need to do to be in the best position possible before I start law school. And if any of you guys are on waitlist, like I'm gonna do a video on how to navigate the waitlist and like my advice and stuff for other people who might be on them in like the next cycle. But I will definitely say, make sure you reach out to like the affinity groups at your schools. I reached out to my school's BALSA, the Black Law Students Association, and literally I spoke to 3 people from there. I spoke to one person who got in off the wait list, 2 other people who go there. Like, it's been so helpful to be able to be connected to people like that and people who are gracious enough to like speak to me very candidly, give me the rundown on the school and all of that. So I really do recommend doing that. And it was also really helpful for me to be able to reference those conversations in my letter of continued interest, because it shows the schools that you're genuinely interested and that you're taking the initiative to learn as much as possible about the school. Understanding that the wait list, you have to give them a quick turnaround and tell them if you're accepting your seat or not. So I highly do recommend that, and it's been very beneficial for me to be able to speak to them and have an understanding of what's going on. So this is how my makeup is looking so far. Let me go ahead and dust all of this off and then go ahead and apply my highlight. Honestly, I'm so basic with my makeup routine. Like, I do this same look all the time. If I want to spice it up, I'll do some eyeshadow, but I'm not really one to do too much in terms of makeup, mainly because I don't know how to do it. And you know what? I told myself that once I get into my dream law school by God's grace, I'm doing a photo shoot. I did a photo shoot when I graduated undergrad, and I know I graduated like 2 years ago, but best believe y'all finna get these pictures. Y'all are going to get these pictures. And I already came up with like the cutest idea on how to like tell my parents. They don't watch my YouTube channel. I'm gonna buy the shirts for my dream school, and then I'm gonna go over the day that I find out, and when my fiance gets off of work, we're gonna go over to my house, my parents' house, and be like, oh, Mom and Daddy, I have a gift for you guys. And they're gonna see the shirts and they're gonna go crazy. So that's how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get him to record it so you guys can see that also. And then maybe my fiance doesn't get an elaborate surprise, because I mean, he'll probably hear when I'm on the phone screaming. So it'll be fine. But yeah, I actually want my parents to be in my grad photos because it's a big deal. Like, I'm a first generation American. My grandmother didn't even go past like elementary school. So, you know, it's really an achievement to be the first person in your family to really accomplish such an amazing feat in this country. And so I don't take it for granted whatsoever. And I can't wait to be able to, and I pray I get the opportunity to share that moment with my family, because, you know, they really have supported me and have really helped me to get where I'm at. All right, so this is how my face is looking now. I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara on my bottom lashes. One thing I've also enjoyed doing is using like blush. I used to be such a blush girl, but I kind of stopped. But now with like the summertime and stuff, I think like it just adds like a really great touch to your face. So gonna go ahead and add some of that. I hope you guys can see it. It's a pickup. I don't want to do too much. But yeah, that's that. Then I'm gonna spray my face down with this e.l.f. Magic. Y'all, I use Walmart makeup and beauty supply store makeup. I don't be spending on makeup because I feel like I'm gonna wash it off at the end of the day. Like, I'm not about to be spending an arm and a leg on it. So yeah. And of course, always some lip gloss, always. All right, that is the final look. I'm over here doing the most, like, anyway, that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. Get ready with me. If you're in a similar situation, please best believe, you know, and I'm speaking this to myself as well, like, we've got it. We're going to end up where we're meant to be, and what's going to work out is going to work out regardless. So keep your spirits up, remain hopeful, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Please go ahead and give this a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag, do. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh.